So I've talked about it in the vlog in the past, jokingly, you know, about my wife, and she's a light sleeper and I have to sneak out of the house, and we got a baby that's sleeping. And anyway, it's even more so now. Now I get up at 3 a.m. and I come here, I grab Quick Trip because Freddy's not fucking open yet. And this is where I do my editing. When I told my wife I was gonna start vlogging, we realized there's a lot of extra work that goes into that, and my schedule already is jam-packed fucking full. So where are we gonna find time? That was our compromise. I would get up early and do editing. That way when I come home from work, I'm not jumping right back into work and working on these vlogs. And this shit, it takes hours. So the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I truly believe, as a business owner, and if you have a family, you have obligations on both sides. It's kind of like running two different businesses. Make sure you communicate with your partner on the family side, your husband, your wife, whatever it may be, and make sure you guys are allocating time and resources accordingly. It's a really easy math equation. There's only 24 units in a day, and sit down and come to a compromise as to what's gonna work to satisfy both. Because I love what I do. Like, I love what I do. This, the gym, I love it all. And I love my family, obviously, and I love spending time with them. And it just comes down to making sound time management decisions to get in what you want. If that means I sleep 2 hours less each day so I can do this thing that I love doing, making these videos, then so be it.
What the fuck, though?
So I use Facebook Workplace to communicate with all the gyms I'm working with, and whenever I've got an idea or something here, before I put it here for you guys, I generally go to them first, I share it with them, and there's just been something that's just been, it's been on my mind. I've talked about it in some casual conversations, but I want to make sure to get it out to my guys, let them start marinating on it, to get their thoughts and opinions on it, and obviously you guys are going to see this now, but here's some thoughts of where I think the industry is going, and it's probably not the typical answer most guys that do what I do would give. All right, so I'm just doing a random live here. I've got some thoughts on the future of the industry that I want to share with you guys. Here's where it came from. Gym owner needs an employee, so they were really hesitant to reach out to the gym on the other side of town and reach out to one of their employees and say, hey, I've got a job opportunity for you. I think it's better than what you have now. Would you like to come work for me? They were super scared to do that, and I thought that was ridiculous. That is what recruiting is. IT recruiting and recruiters of different professions, that's what they do. They contact people that already have jobs and let them know of a potential better job. I think the microgym industry is gonna have a huge opportunity for recruiters in the future. You're gonna have headhunters. You're gonna have people that are going around the fitness industry and recruiting the top talent to go to their business. That will happen to this industry. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. There is nothing wrong with that. I, as the business owner, and I now have to realize that Isaac's gonna get offers left and right. Deuce is gonna get offers left and right. And it's my job, it puts the onus on me to give them competitive pay and to do their thing and to provide this amazing place they don't want to leave. I think right now gym owners like, no, don't do that, because they don't want anyone to talk to their only employee and make them a better offer than they can make right now. I say fuck it. If that means that I think you have somebody that I want in my company and I can pay them more, I sure as fuck will let them know that. What world do you come from that recruiting is stealing? It's an entire industry. There are people whose their entire profession is recruiting other people. But it was kind of shady. He slid into the DM. Yeah, guess what? What else would he do? He'd slide into an email? So what? He's doing it in the DM. He's texting. Fuck off. It's a fear from the gym owner who realizes that someone out there can offer better than what they're offering right now, and I think it's gonna keep gym owners on their toes. So anyway, I got Paul Klein, one of the former owners of CrossFit 77. You might remember Paul, him and his business partner at the time, and came on the podcast when I got a bunch of landowners together, guys that own microgyms and also own their building and land, and we jammed on that entire process. If you've never seen that, I'll link that podcast down below. Paul's coming by because he's recently sold the land and the business to a young entrepreneur who now is a 22-year-old microgym owner and also owns some significant land in the Mooresville area here in North Carolina. So we're gonna sit down and just kind of shoot the shit and have a little jam session. That's why I'm huge on core values. If someone would be like, hey, I'm bringing my buddy Stu to the bar, probably the way one of my friends would describe me is, hey, he's kind of a dick, but once you get to know him, he's awesome. He's actually a really nice dude when you get to know him. And that's my personality, and maybe that is your personal brand. I think it's the same thing with the people you hire. You're always hiring based on, does the personality match the core values of what we want here? Because if you can get that down, you'll run into less issues. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have, they don't coach this well, they ran late for class, they cannot fucking figure out how to use that planner. I'd rather have those issues all day versus, yeah, but she can be kind of a hard ass, and some of the members don't respond to her being a hard ass, but she's always been a hard, like you can't fix being a hard ass.
Well, you can teach the other things.
Correct, yeah.
You can't teach somebody
to not be a douche, yeah. Just like you can't teach someone to be funny.
20 years.
Like show me someone who's kind of like, you have that 5:30 a.m. close, and very like strict and very rigid. Like it's 5:30, make these people giggle and laugh and be lively. And it's hard to teach that progression. I mean, maybe you can send them to Toastmasters classes. You can sign them up for improv classes. You can try to artificially create some of that. But you're right, like I think that's the thing. Like they'll continue to preserve good cultures. Just being very picky on who you allow in on the coaching side, and not based on their coaching or their skill set, based on the personality and their personal core values. I think that's just such a huge thing. Hey, do you have your phone on you? Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Do you have your phone on you?
Over there.
I'm at 997 subscribers. You guys are gonna push me?
I already subscribed.
God damn it.
I have 3 accounts now. I have another.
Going to Facebook advertising, like again, making a statement in a thumb scroll that's going to sound different than every other statement of every other buddy in Charlotte. So this is 100% driven for membership sales, people looking for fitness.
When you delivered CrossFit, you looked at it as a high skill, right? Like that's a high skill. People need skill to be able to do and perform that at a good level, right?
Correct, that's the biggest.
Lift and move is still that, but just the barrier of entry is a lot lower.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not as skilled, but it's still more skilled than so there's no reason to lose that completely. You didn't flip the script. Just move is the opposite side of it.
Yeah.
Lift and move is just, okay, this was originally where it was, let me just dial it to here.
100%.
Where other
So how do I
places have just decided
articulate that to a prospect who we're going to assume, number one, has already heard of CrossFit? These are some assumptions. Has heard of CrossFit, is not into it. Because otherwise they would not have stopped on the ad.
Right.
They would have kept scrolling. They're at a CrossFit gym. So I'm looking for people, which is the most size, the biggest in the market, that have heard of CrossFit, but have chosen for one reason or the other not to do it. We can make assumptions that it was too intimidating. We can make assumptions I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. My cousin got hurt. Whatever the reason is, it's generally going to be intimidation and injury. Is that what we have to play on in the marketing? That this is the strength conditioning solution without the injury? Like again, it comes down to those two things.
How have we stripped it for what it's worth? You just got to spin that to a positive, which is this is the evolution, right? So we evolved. We were a CrossFit gym. I've done 17 different types of things. You've done bodybuilding. You've done like every single type of it. You've at least learned about, and it's like this was the evolved product. We took the best parts of the workouts that we like and put them into a single product offering that allows the average person to come in and feel great from day one.
That's
literally show them.
Yeah, I love that.
Because now what they're seeing is that this doesn't live on a fucking vertical spectrum, on a horizontal spectrum here of like what's bad and what's good. And now the brand messaging and the videos that you create from here forward are like, yeah, I'm a blah 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 person most of the time. I'm a lift and move guy most of the time, but I do dabble with flex. Ha ha ha. It's funny because it's like, really? Like you look like you want to bench press. No, I come here and I do, and then like think about that imagery of me being like, I'm a lift and move guy and there's fucking 400 pounds on my back. I always use myself because I'm just thinking about it that way because I'm very egocentric. So like I have 400 pounds on my back. Couldn't do that now, so don't ask me to do that. You couldn't even fit that on your bar.
You're doing the squat rack.
Perfect. So it has me like showing that I'm getting a good workout in. I don't even care if it's 135 pounds on the bar. And even if you don't do back squats, it doesn't even matter, right? Like I'm in here and like they're getting that imagery of I'm a strong guy and this is the class I like to do.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends though, I'm a flex guy now. This is what's funny to me about this is that this again speaks to more of a longer term vision, only because the majority of people will pick gyms close to them that are affordable. How much do I want to spend? How far do I have to drive to get there?
Yeah.
My girlfriend does it. Right? Like those are the reasons people pick gyms. So we're battling for the 6th most important reason.